Fuck him. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool, but fuck you. Welcome to the Trashcats Trashcast. I'm Richard.
I'm Steven.
And today we will discuss the art of images created by people without the gift of eyesight. But first, Steven, how was your week?
Man, it's been a long week. It feels like it's been forever since we recorded, and we're like, it's pretty normal, but
yeah,
man, it feels like a lot's happened. I shaved my head. That
looks good, by the way.
Thank you. That always feels so good. I feel like I'm back to being an ugly warrior. I feel once it starts getting poofy, I can't deal with it anymore. Shaved my head, went to the art museum. That was fun. Had a date day with Sarah. Checked out the stuff there. Actually going to mention a couple things I saw there later on. And then the last big thing was so shitty. I talked to you a little bit about this. Mm-hmm. The bio bomb in my basement finally exploded. Our landlord had a deep freezer full of meat. It's like a 6-foot freezer full of meat. Mm-hmm. And it died. And we noticed because we started having gnats and flies. And I spent 2 days cleaning that fucker out. And it was so putrid. The whole neighborhood smells, man. It was. I was using buckets, gallons and gallons of meat syrup.
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
It was so bad, man. So the house just finished airing out. It's been like 4 days since, and it's like finally becoming normal again. It was so bad.
Like becoming normal, like there's still that hint, and you know it's like it's all up in your nostrils and shit. Like those particles are stuck to like your nose hairs and shit.
Yep, I can smell death on me.
You get one. You get one of those. You ever seen those neti pots?
Oh
People
yeah,
like pour in through their nose and shit.
I was using one to get the smell out of my nose.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that'd have to be the move.
And I inhaled so much poison. I probably did like 10 years of smoking damage to my lungs from all the poison. But it's over with and on to new shit. What about you, man? How's your week?
My week's been busy. We've been really busy with work, so I've been pulling a couple extra hours doing getting us up to stock, which is fun. It's cool work and I enjoy what I'm doing. So it's not like it's how I would feel about doing extra hours at other places. And even still, like I'm barely hitting 40 a week. I think I'm really not even keeping track of that anymore. That's how much I like the gig. I'm not even really keeping track of it. But it's, I'm been waiting for the appraisal to come back on the house still. So I'm in my head doing planning projects and stuff, and repairs or anything that most of the real repairs that need to be done are like kind of bigger jobs that are outside of my wheelhouse. But aesthetic stuff, I got that. I'm already got a lot of that kind of shit planned out. We were just playing D&D the other night, and I have my next, I have 3 characters in my head of like who I want to, like, if when one of my characters like beefs it for real, like who I'm gonna pull out. One of them I'm kind of excited about this idea. I think it's fun, but I gotta talk to Keith and see how he feels about it first. But it would be a warlock that's not really a warlock. He's actually a wizard, but he thinks he's a warlock. He thinks he has a patron deity that's like giving him power. But it's like he's just like he goes to the library and he reads these studies these magics and stuff, and like he's doing it on his own, but he thinks that he's some kind of warlock that has this god that talks to him, but the god's not real.
Because the warlocks are they're like kind of like sponsored by a being, right?
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
So yeah, I think that could be a cool character to play. Like you'd always have like some kind of a, background. I mean, I thought about even like playing him as like his true intention is like, lawful evil or like chaotic evil or something. But like in his head, he's got to like do, like he worships a demon deity or something. But he he's got to like do good with the people that are around him to get get to the ends that he needs until his patron, deity reaches back out to him and gives him the next order. Okay. So he's a good guy and he's really chill, but like secretly he's, a worshiper of this, devil. And
so you got a little possession going on.
Yeah. I think that could be fun.
That sounds fun.
As far as getting more into like the meta, like role playing kind of aspect of it, but
hell yeah.
I like building shitty, weird characters like that, but that's just me. So I don't have any honorable mentions this week. Do you?
I do. Let me open this first one. This one was a really cool like tech story. I always get these articles from Boing Boing. This first one, U.S. Air Force. The damn Air Force. The Air Force tests handheld nerve stimulating device to zap tired soldiers into alertness. Dude, this thing sounds so fucking cool. I want one so bad. So, for years, some people who suffer from epilepsy and depression have found relief through implanted devices that stimulate the vagus nerve in their neck with pulses of electric signals. More recently, handheld vagus nerve stimulation, VNS devices that deliver the current through the skin of the user's neck have been FDA approved to treat migraines, while research studies even suggest the technology can improve memory and learning in animals and humans. Now the Air Force has shown that zapping yourself with a handheld VNS device can wake you up if you feel fatigued and help you stay on task. So the benefits peaked 12 hours after simulation, with boosts to alertness lasting for up to 19 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, that's so fucking rad.
It's very rad, but it also is, of course, my negativity shows when I'm thinking like the bleak future of capitalism.
Yeah.
Where we're, like you wear one of these when you go to work in case your productivity slows. Yeah, like
this could like destroy Japan. So they say it's more effective than caffeine, but there definitely is a lot of worry about abuse of it, like the number of doses a week, how often, if it can lead to addictive behavior, which I'm sure it could.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I would definitely get addicted to it. But if I could zap myself energy all day, oh my God.
Just zap that Coke right into your neck, boy.
Dude, I can't do meth anymore. Caffeine pills aren't cutting it. I need electrical vagus nerve zapper. Military grade.
Yeah, military grade.
That sounds so cool. The second one is one of my Instagram art buddies. We were just checking this out before we started. Her name is Azria Rain. I struggled with it. It's all one word. She's on Instagram at AZRAIARAIN. I've known her for a long time. She's one of these artists who her work is just so authentically hers. Like everything you look at is, you can tell she did it. It's her own style. She's just doing really cool stuff. She does lots of creatures, lots of really cool colors. Some of it has a little fantasy inspiration, but a lot of it feels like Indian art.
Yeah. I was gonna say there's definitely a touch of like a feel of like a fantasy thing. There's like a fae kind of a vibe with some of it, but that's, there's, like you said, there's definitely a kind of a Hindu culture representation there, or like at least a Middle Eastern art aesthetic, and then there's like a gothiness to it that's that we appreciate.
Definitely, her creatures are just so cool. I love the giraffe one. It's down a bit.
Oh yeah.
And then
with the rings on its neck.
Yeah, and then just the skulls she does are really cool. She's doing holographic stickers of a lot of her pieces. And she recently, I think she just finished, I forget, was in tattoo school. And she is going to be like an awesome tattoo artist.
A lot of at least the coloring I'm noticing is like markers and stuff too. And like I love doing the marker art and stuff. These are really pretty.
Yeah.
Just the colors are outrageous.
I think our process typically starts pencil and then it gets inked, and then she either does colored pencils or like a Prisma marker kind of deal. Mm-hmm. And it's got these different layers, and it's just so fun. It's just authentically hers, very unique. I think she's just going to continue making awesome work and is definitely worth checking out.
I agree.
As Rhea Rain on Instagram. Check her out. We'll link some pieces. Awesome stuff.
Some of these look like old, like old artwork.
Yeah.
Like something that you would find in like a book or, like something. Some of it even reminds me, like some of the line work and stuff reminds me of like the Japanese prints. Something like that. And some of the coloring, the ink work. It just got more detail and more fading effects into it that are much more subtle, or that you would get.
Dude, you're right. I feel like a lot of these pieces, especially when it's got like the oversized creature and like a small human character, it looks like a weird like folk drawing you'd find in the back of an obscure book in the back of a library somewhere or something.
Yeah, dope shit.
Super dope. And that's it. I got one dishonorable mention we'll check out later. But you want to kick us off with what we're doing today?
Yeah. So we are doing we watched this documentary. It's called Dark Light.
Yes.
It's about these blind photographers. And it's just such a pretty, it's just a wild concept. I think when you even brought up the documentary to me, it didn't really hit me at first, I think. And then thought about like how wild that is to be able, to think about taking a picture without looking at what you're doing.
Yeah.
Or doing, really any kind of art and like how that works. But, it's just a really crazy concept to me.
Yeah, it was like instantly we both, just the description, we were like, yeah, we have to watch this. The documentary's description, it reads, can vision succeed where eyesight fails? Can a blind person make meaningful photographs? How can the creator appreciate his own work? This film explores the artistry and innovation of Pete Eckert, Bruce Hall, and Henry Butler, blind photographers whose luminous work can help us see the world through their eyes. It was directed by Neil Leifer, I'm not sure, in 2009. And it's kind of weird. It was only a 30-minute documentary, which was kind of a bummer because it left us wanting to see a lot more, or to understand their processes
right.
a lot more.
So many questions left unanswered about it.
Yeah.
I easily think they could have gotten 3 hours of information about, just their process and like how they choose which pieces to develop, and, like that, a lot more processing that could have been, explained.
Definitely. I recommended it to you, and then I watched it, and my immediate reaction was like, it kind of felt like a shitty documentary, like bad background music, really goofy in a way, but the subject matter itself and the characters were just so intriguing that I did not regret watching it at all. I very much enjoyed it, but it wasn't like good as a documentary so much, right?
Yeah. I gotta say, as much as I feel like they could have gotten more out of it, I still also feel like I'm like, it's not as interesting to me. Like I watched that and it's like, okay, that's cool now. And I've seen that. And it made me, I just realized in this moment that like, I'm not really probably going to look up anything more about blind photography after watching the documentary, now that I think about it. But
no.
but it was cool to watch, and it was definitely a fun story.
And to your point, I definitely wouldn't be looking into a lot of it either, but I think it raises a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of introspective questions that arose from it.
Yeah, that's true. It changes the way that I think about, that I'm probably going to think about making artwork in the future.
Exactly. And as we're both artists, the topic of blind photography, there's just so many questions and aspects to it. Explore on how an artist can be an artist without sight. God, it just sounds so fucking hard, man.
Yeah. I was thinking I could see like a sculptor or something like a more physical medium, using touch or, something like that. But man, it just seems so wild and crazy to take, photographs. I think especially like you can even, tell me that like, I can picture someone doing, pastel work or, pencil work or something like that, or ink, some kind of other medium that would, create an image. But the photography, it's like, it's so based on like what's in that, what you see through that little window.
Yeah. I had that thought too. Something like sculpture, I could understand a lot more easily being blind. My grandpa, I think we've talked about him a little bit. He was an art collector, and he was really a fan of this artist named James Castle. And he had this book, and I know I'm going to mess it up because I don't think like art collectors described him, and I might have it wrong, but it was something like he's deaf, dumb, and blind. Like it was one of those like kind of old-timey shitty descriptions or whatever. But he definitely was like, I don't know if he was mentally challenged, physically challenged, or both, but he had some sort of like disabilities that included blindness. And he would make drawings and pieces of art with like found materials on the street because he like was destitute and like would find pieces of like cardboard and charcoal and shit. And it was like really cool, like the drawings he could come up with, but it wasn't good art either. Mm-hmm. And it was in the literal sense, like if you're into abstract shit or whatever, I see how the art has value, but I also don't understand how it could be worth the vast amount of money it became worth. You know what I mean? So with that, first things first, addressing photography. It's kind of bullshit, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm half joking, but
it's kind of bullshit, especially lately. I mean, with how dope cameras are, anymore, they basically do all the hard work for you. Like you don't have to worry about aspect ratio and shit like that. Like unless you're like really serious and you're getting something really specific and you have, a certain vision in your head, like most of that shit you don't have to know all that. It's just point and click. And so that makes anyone with even a basic understanding of composition, they can make some really neat photos.
Yeah.
And I mean, I assume that of course makes it really difficult for professional photographers, nowadays, but, just most people with a decent camera in their pocket, really, they think that they're an artist.
Dude, there are so many people doing shit with their stupid fucking iPhones. Like, dude, there was an artist in Juxtapose magazine recently that I used to follow on Instagram. I thought they did really cool digital like collage photography shit. And I find out all of their stuff is either shot on an iPhone or made on an app on their phone. And it's like they're selling shit for like album covers or like exhibits across the world for like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and their final piece of art might be 2 inches by 3 inches.
Doesn't that make you so angry?
It's fucking livid. Like it might look great on Instagram, but you can't print shit like that. Not that everything on a phone is that way. And I have a lot of friends that are into photography or are professional photographers. I really mean it like as bullshit, half jokingly. Because
for the people that are doing it professionally and take it like passionately and like learn about the craft, like there's a lot of cool shit there that they can do that a lot of people can't.
Yeah,
with
it's
that.
So
like I know, like for sure, someone that spends time studying it and like doing, putting in the hours of work on it, they're going to make something that's a much better quality in what, than what, you or I could. I mean, I think I'm decent at photography. I like it. I've never had a really dope camera, but it's another one. Like, I have a really strong understanding of good composition and lighting and contrast and stuff like that. So I can figure it out, at least get to the end goal of what I want. Yeah. Even like, social media stuff for like, the business I work with, where, we were talking about doing more like Instagram posts and doing stuff like that. And as far as like taking pictures and doing stuff like that, like I'm good at it. I enjoy taking pictures for, stuff like that, food pictures especially. But I never remember to. I'm never thinking about it. I'm like, it's the minute I do, then a customer walks in and it's like, okay, I gotta stop what I'm doing and put that down, and then I forget again.
And it's like I went to school for audio video production. I spent so much time on cameras. I'd like to think of myself as pretty good. My personal art relies on photography. Like, I respect the medium a lot, but I also, like, you're not creating something out of nothing either. It's not like other visual arts. Like, you really can just get lucky or have people point and click something that is beautiful, because beautiful things exist and we can capture their souls in a little picture box. So I have very mixed feelings.
Yeah. I really respect people that do like the old like physical film cameras that know how to both get the right image, because you still have to get like the right light and the composition and everything with the original image, and then in the developing process, learning how to fudge that in a certain way to get different effects and things like that. It's like, that takes such a mastery and it's a delicate process that
it's a different level.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only developed film like once. So it's a hard process.
Go work at the, don't have those kiosks anymore in the fucking parking lot where you take your old disposable camera and drop them off.
Yeah. I got Sarah for, I think it was anniversary or Christmas. I got her one of the cameras where it prints out the picture. What the fuck is it?
The Polaroid.
Yeah, dude. That is so awesome.
Yeah, those are cool. We
need to bring Polaroids back. But
I agree. That's actually, you came up here with that one, and
yeah,
you both did, and it's cool now because I have another friend that had one of my coworkers had one, and they took a picture at a party that I threw over here, and so now I have these two cool Polaroid memory pictures that are fun.
Yeah, they're little windows of a memory. They're the best. So in this documentary, I guess it all spawned from this exhibit that was called at the time was called Sight Unseen, and the curator was bringing together the world's best blind photographers.
It's Douglas McCullough.
Okay, dude, he was so douchey.
He was. There's something real sketchy about that dude.
Yeah, something. I couldn't quite articulate.
I'm glad you picked that up too, because I opened the notes and I saw that. I was like, yeah, I was wondering if I should even bring it up or not. But yeah, there's just something.
Yeah, something. He had it wasn't straw, but he had like a fedora made out of some organic material. Yeah. I don't.
It just screamed asshole.
Yeah, and how he spoke about it. But I don't know. I want to expand on that more, but I don't. I think a lot of
we'll do a deep dive into him.
Yeah, we need a follow up on that guy.
Follow up on his 20 years of all of his Facebook inner doings, and
we find out he's been convicted of murder.
Yeah,
I can't say it on here. I'll tell you later. It was funny. Okay. But there is something to it. Curators are almost always assholes, right?
Yeah.
Like how they're always pretentious. Not always assholes, but they're always pretentious art people.
I think in the art world in general, there's just a lot of that.
So much. I saw some of that at the art museum this week. I'll get into later. But yeah, he spoke about the exhibit, saying that these blind photographers, what they're creating, their work is a purely mental construct, and it's all about the invisible versus the visible.
Yeah.
Which yeah,
I was gonna say one of the other things he pointed out was he said something about they're presenting their own mental image, in a way that, like, I get that. I'm not sure if that's because it's still like they're taking pictures of the things that we see.
Right. It's through their lens, but it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could say any photographer's work is a purely mental construct. It sounds good, right, but I don't know. You want to kick us off with an intro to our first artist?
Yeah. So Pete Eckert. First of all,
was cool.
Cool. I really like this one.
Yeah.
His artwork in general was really cool, but he just seemed to have a cool approach to it.
Yeah.
So Pete Eckert has a cute seeing eye dog, a pretty German Shepherd.
Yeah.
He shoots digital and film, physical film. He spends weeks to months on each photograph. He mentally sculpts the photos, and he paints with light.
Real quick, I was kind of surprised how in depth his setups and shoots were that he would literally spend weeks and months on.
Oh yeah, that shows that, like, not only does he have like a passion for it and a drive for it, but like he has a vision that he's wanting to try to project.
Yeah, he was saying he literally would, without knowing what he was going to make, to try to mentally sculpt it, and then he would use different techniques to paint or build the photo, which we'll get into.
Yeah. He had retinitis pigmentosa. It's a rare inherited degenerative eye disease. He had could see up until he was diagnosed with it, I guess, and then it took another 10 years for him to lose sight.
Right.
So he had like an altered Braille light meter that he used to measure the room's light,
which is so cool. He would like measure the light at the window, and then 10 feet into the room, and you could knowing what that light spectrum was like, he could like gauge brightness and shadow. That's really cool.
Yeah. You can see in his work, it sometimes depicts like a foggy visual experience. He said he often works with film, regular film. He even processes it all himself. I thought this was really wild. He uses kind of like a bat, but like a form of echolocation to help pose and work with the subject, and like he could tell how close he was to them and like where he was like around them, to like by using his voice.
Yeah.
I think the way he described it was like if there's he could hear it bouncing off the wall behind them, and like water going around a rock in a stream. He can like tell that it's going around them.
Dude, every time I hear the word echolocation, I think of that stupid Sega game with the dolphin.
Damn right, dog. Echo the dolphin. Yeah. Fucking Tides of Time, dog.
Oh my god. It makes me laugh every time. But he legit like felt like he could judge a room and a person's position through using his own voice. That's so cool. That's kind of really rare. Like, it's really rare. It's really wild for someone that even had eyesight for a portion of their life. Dude, I know I've met 2 people with that eye condition, like, that are slowly losing their sight, and I cannot, besides like Alzheimer's and that kind of shit, like brain shit, I can't imagine like a more terrifying experience.
Yeah, fucking it's awful. He said when he found out he was going to be going blind, he invested in martial arts training, and what was it? He got he got an MDA. So because his main priorities were make sure he can make money and make sure he can defend himself, because he had no idea what he's going into.
That's a smart
being
man.
blind. I was like, yeah, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
He sometimes the light painting technique, the paint layers of light with the long exposure time, it's cool. It's kind of gimmicky. I think anymore because so many people do it. But the way that he does it, I think there's a lot of really cool shit.
Yeah, and in 2009, it was not. It wasn't what it is now, and he didn't use it like most people do either. You're right. He really did like try to paint. It was almost like strokes, like how he would move the camera over his subject with the lens open for a long time in a dark room, and it was like his finished photographs would, when he was using that style, really did look like more like a mix between painting and photography.
Yeah.
Definitely
impressive. I really liked his work.
He was probably his work was probably my favorite of the three.
Yeah, I also agree with that.
I really don't like the light painting where it's like the light graffiti stuff. It's too gimmicky, too much.
It's very I don't know. It feels very Instagram forced.
Yeah.
Something people kind of figured out they could do, with their phone or something, and they, got some sparklers and, made some goofy shit.
Yeah.
Or your glow sticks or, something.
Right.
He said he got into photography when he found an old infrared camera in his grandmother's house. And I don't think I got this quote completely right, but he said he thinks that the idea of a blind guy doing photography in a non-visible wavelength, it was just really funny to him.
That's cool.
And that's kind of what sparked him into it.
I'm curious what an old infrared camera, like, I don't know how old infrared, like if that would have been a film cam, if it was in his grandma's house.
Yeah, I assume it was a film something, and I have no idea.
The infrared photography is super cool. I have one internet buddy who is a very talented infrared photographer, and I kind of wanted to get more into it because you get such weird fucking colors.
They're really wild.
And it can
some fantasy world kind of shit.
Yeah, and it definitely kind of walks the edge of it can be a little gimmicky also. Like when it's done really well, it is like uniquely beautiful, but when it's just okay, it feels a little gimmicky, like the light painting. Yeah. But I've talked to my buddy about it because he's very talented. And it's weird now because, digital cameras. So there's like companies you pay and you ship them your camera, which is already a sketchy process to ship a camera. And then they literally like alter your camera's chips and you get it back and you don't know exactly how well it worked or didn't work or what wavelength you're going to be able to photograph. And then it's kind of like a cross your fingers situation or whatever.
Fucking gamble.
Yeah, like this, especially
just fuck up this camera.
Right. So a lot of people do it with their secondary camera, their last model, because man, like the people I know that are into photography, they have like $30,000 like setups minimum.
Right.
With lenses and shit, and to send in a camera just to get your chips modded like that. Oh man. That's so scary.
It is.
All right, second dude.
Yeah, tell me about Henry Butler.
Henry Butler. So he had infantile glaucoma. So that started when he was a kid. So I'm under the impression he had no vision ever.
Yeah,
that's what.
If he had any for as in his childhood, it was probably really weak and hazy. But I assume that deteriorated completely.
Yeah,
as the other one, they'd never really specified some of that information.
Yeah. So he was an accomplished piano player. It sounds like he was like pretty noteworthily, Jesus Christ, very talented.
Yeah.
And he's also a digital photographer. He specializes in portraits and street photography. He talked about in school, his teachers always said he had great ears, and he thought that was funny. Like, why his ears looked so good.
Yeah.
He was very inspired by Beethoven's story of going deaf and how Beethoven would put a stick in his mouth to feel the vibrations of the piano when he was playing. And he felt that photography was so similar in the sense, photography blind was so similar because you're just capturing vibrations. Like, it's all about, I don't know, how you navigate that energy.
Just gotta connect yourself to it.
Yeah.
And in some fashion or another.
Right.
You know.
It seemed like he used a lot, like sound was so important to his process.
Yeah.
Because he was capturing people's portraits on the street, and he would sometimes have a sighted person with him who he would communicate with, or he would communicate directly with the subject, and he would, through conversation, kind of figure out the best way to pose or to capture the subject he was shooting. He loved embracing improvisation, both in his music and photography, and him more so than the other artists, he was really about the fun of it all. He was fun to watch. You could tell he was like in his zone doing what he loved.
Fucking just loves hanging out on Bourbon Street, looking like he's, living the New Orleans life.
Definitely. This third dude was pretty unique in a different way.
Yeah. So Bruce Hall, he's an underwater photographer about 21 years. Even dives at night, which is, fucking terrifying to me. But of course, he can't see. So it's, I guess he could see, to a degree. He had a damaged optical nerve, minimal vision. He had less than 5%.
God, yes. So he could see something, but especially underwater or in situations at night, you're not seeing much. 5%, Jesus.
So he uses photos of scuba diving stuff, so he can while he's diving, so he can view the photos later at home with magnification. He said he's like so surprised and happy when he gets to go home and he finally sees the result of his work.
Dude, that's crazy, man. Like, he's basically diving blind and like feeling out how to capture photos, then going home using magnification with this 5% vision and seeing what he got that day. Yeah.
Like, there's some of the wild stuff that he said. You get like a big macro, zoom in on something, and just like the detail of stuff that, wouldn't come across as well, that he just fucking nails.
Yeah.
Because he's just curious. He doesn't know, he can't fucking see what he's looking at.
Right.
So he's got to take a picture of it so he can go, look at it that way.
His stuff really did look Nat Geo-y level.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He says photography helps him deal with loss.
Yeah, dude, there's something to that.
Yeah.
I think it's a thing, like, I've noticed in my life that people who take a lot of photos, for whatever reason, it seems like they're processing a lot of loss in one way or another.
Trying to immortalize moments and people in your life, making fixtures of things.
Yeah. It's like control, like, of your life.
Yeah.
And I think and it's not, I don't think it's a bad way to work through things at all.
No, absolutely not.
It's a great way. And I think on the other end of the spectrum, people who don't like photos of their life at all, there's something more negative about that, I think.
Yeah.
I tend to be that way. I used to like have a camera with me everywhere all the time. Was always taking pictures, and I don't like it anymore. I really don't like photos.
I enjoy taking them. I finally, in the last, so many years of my life, I feel like comfortable in front of a camera. Mm-hmm. I hate taking pictures of myself.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking hate that.
Yeah, can't do it. I don't want to
then
see
no one
photos
else
of myself.
But no one else ever takes good pictures of me. So
yeah.
It's
like, just give it to me. I'll fucking take it.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, I don't want to take a fucking selfie. But if you're gonna post a picture of me online, god damn it.
At least let me make sure it's not terrible. Oh my god.
Just tell me I look, I had my hair's all fucked up or something. Like, tell me this shit. I can fix it in like 2 minutes.
Oh shit. Yeah. Anyways. Bruce had to do his work. He had to have all the buttons memorized on both the camera and the underwater housing. God, that alone,
the light meter and stuff, like,
yeah,
it's fucking obnoxious.
How to adjust the aperture, lens time, all that shit. Underwater, in a housing, blind, have to memorize there's so many fucking buttons and settings on a digital camera now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's a nightmare.
It's fucking ridiculous.
There's always a point and click mode, but like people who are talented, there's a lot of shit you can change,
Yeah. He had a quote, and this really stuck with me. He said, "There are hundreds of fabulous underwater photographers I can't compete with because of my eyesight." And he almost said, because of my vision. He said, "I would never use the word vision." And I took that to mean like he would, despite not having eyesight, he still has vision. He has good vision. It's his artistic vision that he, exacts. He executes really well.
I think there's something to that, like for both photography and I think digital stuff, like where you're working with like aspects of things that are real, but you're also like capturing. There's always something about the vision of a piece of art. It never turns out how you think it will. Like very rarely do I ever make a piece of art, like whether it's drawing, painting, whatever, where like I start and in the end, it looks exactly how I envisioned it to
right,
be.
Yeah.
But you almost like need that vision of it along the way to find what it will be.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. You need something in your head that, I mean, like there's the sculptors that say like they can see the sculpture underneath all the brick or whatever, all the stone.
It sounds good.
Like, yeah, it's a really great concept. Like I can't do that, but like I can do that with like drawings. Like I can picture it in my head, like how I want it and how it's going to be. And I'm like thinking of the colors and stuff like that. And like you said, it's not going to come out the way that I want it to every time or the way I originally see it in my head. But, I might find something else that like, oh, well, let's try this and let's try this instead. Or, I can't draw this fucking hand right. So let me figure out a way to cover it up.
And I forget the exact quote. There's one about like half of being a good artist is just the art of observation. Like learning how to see things in the world, right? I think photography is kind of like the ultimate craft of observation.
Yeah. I'd probably like 80% composition. Like it's almost got to be like there's so much of like the light stuff and whatever that goes into that as well. But, it's not like, the rest would be like trying to convey emotion or trying to convey, a purpose to it. It's not just a picture of someone on the street. It's
the artists that or photographers that capture emotion really well, or like have a portfolio that is like genuinely moving is so fucking rare.
Yeah,
that the people that can do that kind of shit is like pretty fucking next level. I'm always so impressed with like the fucking Nat Geo level of shit, like nature docs now. Yeah. Like they're like fucking motion tracking a hyena from a half a mile away you know what I mean? Dude,
yeah, and they're like center frame, like most of the mass of the screen. That's like, how the fuck did y'all do this? How did you get that close to this thing?
Right. With a lot of the small stuff, I've been finding like that night one that was on Netflix, like when they're doing a scene with like a mouse or a scorpion, it's like they're building sets.
Yeah. Yeah.
That shit's pretty wild. All right, what's this next point here you got?
Oh, this was the stuff you typed up here.
Oh, that's probably all bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking their process that they go through, versus the disability that they have. I'm not, I'm just thinking how hard that has to be, and what they have to do to compensate for it. To make, to work on the same playing field as people that have, eyesight. There's so much chance there.
It is a medium of a lot of chance. It's like you have control, but so much of it is out of your control too.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that stood out to me the most, that seemed true with all of them to some extent or another, that when the physical is absent, we have to lean on the abstract, and when the abstract is absent, we have to lean on the physical. So in a lot of ways, their physical world is absent in the sense of like they can't directly perceive it the way we can, but they could pick up on, whether they call it vibrations, energy, noise, that they had a way of like tuning into the world around them to give them that extra control to get the right chances.
Yeah. Just finding that balance there, I guess, of like I try to picture it in my head. I'm trying to comprehend it, and I just can't, because I don't know. I try to get in that headspace of what that has to be like, that planning process that, dude takes for months of, putting it together. Like that, I understand the months of planning part, but then to do it and then know that like this was, or, just to say like, this is what I was looking for. And when you can't see it, you can't see the final product.
And I will say, like, it sounds so impressive to be like, I plan it for weeks and months. Like, I plan pieces of art for weeks and months all the time. Like, you're always working on shit in the background, but it's kind of bullshit, right? Like,
how do you mean? I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to know, like, from your perspective.
Yeah, but like, I plan things like that all the time, but like, you always have stuff going on in your subconscious. If you're an artist, you always got projects and stuff going on. But the reality is, regardless of how long he was thinking of it, like, those photo shoots could be set up in a day. They weren't that complicated. Like, it's complicated and even harder for him, but I don't know. It's kind of like I don't think it's like a blind thing, but I think it's like a bullshit artist thing where you're like, I planned it for months. That painting took me years. You know what I mean? It's like,
it increases it makes the pictures more rare when they when they drop every couple months.
And it doesn't take away from the finished product at all. I don't know. It's just kind of like artist bullshit talk, I think.
It's so hard to discern like what's bullshit and what's not when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
When it's like who's being pretentious and who's being earnest about like what their feelings are and what their process is, like how much of this is actually like a huge factor in like the way that you live your life, and not the blindness, of course, but the making art. Like, obviously the blindness is it's a pretty big factor in how you live your life.
It's a factor. Dude, all right, here's one of the indicators I personally have for bullshit or genuineness in artists. So this is one of my key things. Like, when you go to the art museum and they have the plaques of like the art description?
Yeah.
That shit is so ungodly terrible. It is always the fucking worst, most pretentious, like, symbolism here, there, his history. It's always just straight fucking garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times the artist doesn't have control of that. But I think that what I can always tell in artists is if they're super genuine and about their their work, they often let their work speak for themselves. Like, it speaks for itself. They don't talk a lot about their work.
What is this piece called? It's Untitled 2.
That, I think, is also kind of lame when you're like, I can't come up with a title. Like,
oh, no, I was thinking just in the way of like, and then like, what do you want us to put as the description? Nothing.
That's how it should be, though. Yeah. Like, I think there's exceptions to it, but like, I don't know.
If there's like a specific meaning that you're trying to convey across, or a story of like why you created it or something, that would be one thing, I guess. But like some of the, where people are like looking for the meaning of it, and like you said, the symbolism stuff, where it's like, it's so much of that is like up to the interpreter, whoever's looking at it. So
right. And I'm definitely...
Don't fucking tell me how to feel when I'm looking at the art.
Right. And I'm definitely not talking about art photographers anymore. From the documentary. But just that I think a good litmus test is how much an artist talks about their work, or the importance of their work. Yeah. If you hear an artist talk about how important their shit is, you know they're full of garbage. They're egotistical bullshit. Like, your art, no matter how great it is not that important.
They have constant imposter syndrome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's a thing. It really is a thing.
It really is.
And I think like these photographers were just like excellent examples of like determination, adaptability.
Yeah. Would you'd have to have I feel like you'd have to have a certain level of determination being blind at all.
Fuck.
I mean, like, dude, like, imagine going out into the world like tomorrow blindfolded.
Nope.
And just like trying to like walk around the city and like do whatever you have to do. Like, that would be awful. It'd be terrifying.
No, man. That, like, anytime
someone's gonna
like,
fuck with you.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna like you're gonna fall on something and hurt yourself. Like, there's so many possibilities of things that could go fucking wrong.
Anytime someone's like, oh, just close your eyes and try it for an hour. I'm like, no. It makes me want to die. There is no fucking, like, everything I've made my life about would be pointless. It wouldn't be pointless. It would just be so hard. I would give up.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would or wouldn't, but it would make me want to give up. That is, I mean, so difficult.
Yeah. I feel like there's got to be, I don't know, there's got to be so much of that burden of feeling like, the thing that you want to do or the thing that you want to produce is geared so violently against your disability.
Yeah.
It's just so, I don't know, that in general sucks. Like, but like just the idea of even just not having your eyesight at all, no matter what your passions or dreams or goals are, missing one of your senses has got to be fucked. But the eyesight is so integral to your survival instincts and shit like that. I feel like that would be just so terrifying. Yeah,
it's crazy how well humans can adapt, though. Like, if you have steel resolve and you just refuse to give up, you really can almost cope with anything. It's crazy. You get your 10,000 hours in, do something an hour a day, you can fucking master something no matter what you're up against.
I like how I just noticed this in the notes. You wrote the number 10,000, but you added, there's an extra zero on the end. So it's like, it's an impossible number. It's impossible to reach this much.
That's how hard it is.
Yep. Well, I mean, I've even in, my own job, I feel like I have to do that. I trick myself to do things like, like on a really basic way of describing it is like, if you smile when you're in a bad mood, or you fake laugh, eventually you'll start to like actually laugh or something like that.
Power poses.
Yeah, man. Yeah. The stuff like that, it works for me. It's like good, not so much that one, but like, when you're realizing that something's going to be a lot harder than you thought it was, it's like, all right, fuck, man. Like, let's just go. Let's do it. Let's get on it. Like, you know, just keeping it moving and like not dwelling on that. What's making it difficult, but like, all right, well, let's tackle it. Let's go for it. 100%. Let's figure out what we have to do now.
Yeah, man. Dude, that's exactly how my day's been today. I did not feel like doing a podcast at all. And it was like one of those things where like, you just fucking do it. You'll feel better. Like just you go through the actions, your mind adjusts to it after.
Yeah. And you know, even like it's stupid shit. Like I set my watches like usually like 5 minutes ahead.
Oh, you're like, one of those crazy bastards.
I'm one of those crazy fuckers. Like I know, and I think it's like I know that it's 5 minutes ahead, and of course people are like, well, wouldn't that just like no? Because like I try to show up early for shit. Like very occasionally I'll show up late for something, and it's because and I blame it on I wasn't wearing my watch when I'm at my house. I put on my watch before I go out the door, but then after that, I'm like always on time for shit because I'm like looking at my watch and it's like, okay, I'm ready 5 minutes beforehand to do that. And I realize it when I'm looking at it, but in that first initial glance in that moment, that's not what I'm thinking of because I have other shit going on in my head. I just look it down and I see that it's 10:45 and it's like, all right, cool. It's like, I got 15 minutes. Like, no, you don't have 15 minutes. You have 20 minutes. But if I act like I have 15 minutes, then I get shit done quicker.
So you set your watch 5 minutes.
Yeah. Fast.
Yeah. Mine's 10 minutes late. Dude, there's nowhere important enough for me to go that I will not be 10 minutes late. There's nothing in my life I care enough about not to be 10 minutes late.
So you're one of those maniacs.
Yeah. Any doctor's appointment, anything that I have to go to, therapist, what, I don't give a shit. I get there 10 to 15 minutes late unless it's court. Court?
Unless it's court.
I will be on time for it.
I'm showing up 20 minutes early to court.
I'm on time for that. Anything else, don't give a fuck.
That's another one I've been bad about.
You always miss your court dates?
Yep, always miss my court dates. No, I'm really bad about like I'll show up to shit like 20 minutes early. Just because like I plan out in my head like, all right, it's gonna take me, if I don't know exactly, I always round up like how long it's going to take me to get somewhere or do something. So it's like, it's going to be like a half hour getting, cleaned up here. And then like, maybe 10, 15 minutes clean out the litter box or whatever and feed the cat. And then, it'd probably take me 5 minutes to do that and like 20 minutes to get ready. And then I'm like, it takes me like half hour to get to work. It's like 20 minutes or 25 minutes. And then even if traffic's bad. And then I'm at work 20 minutes early. And it's like, cool, I'm like sit here in the parking lot for a minute and like just fucking doom scroll on my phone or something.
Yep. Anytime you're early, that's the only option. Doom scroll or Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Podcast.
I was running late twice this week though. I forgot to set my alarm the night before. And luckily it was just a prep day. We didn't have an event to go to, but that fucked me up. Back on topic.
What were we? Connection to the process?
Yeah.
Obsession?
So like the emotional connection that, you would have, like I was saying, like I can see it being, a freedom doing, what seems impossible, being blind and making art in general, but photography, but it seems like it'd be such a burden that you would feel, it's so geared against you.
It's got to be such a emotional release also though, to just let go and to know like you're not going to know how it turns out. It's almost like if you're a linear artist and you're like, fuck it, I'm going abstract. That feeling of letting go and to whether you trust your process or not, but just to go with it, to go with the vibes and see what happens kind of thing. It's got to feel very freeing.
Like, even if it sucks, I'm not going to know.
We'll let the critics figure it out.
Let them figure it out.
I
symbolism in the
yeah, exactly. And then the plaques start coming. Pete said it, and I think it shows in his work the most. He said art is an obsession and it's something he has to do. I think his process showed that the most.
Yeah.
I know we've spoke about it a bit before, but I think there's two different types of artists, but that art people who are like true artists at their core, it really is an obsession.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, but I think I'm one of the two types. I'm like the compulsive. I have to do it constantly, or I'm like not right. And then there's people where it's like a steam thing. Like it builds up, and you have to do it as your release, even if it's not as compulsively.
Yeah, but I think that's where I fall.
Yeah. But it still has to be done. It's still an obsession that's always running in that person's head. I
also get my creative outlet through work. It's not the most typical, but I get to see, especially with this job, I get to see all the different people take pictures of the food and like Instagram it and like share it. Like, look how pretty this is. Look how cool this, fucking acai bowl is. It looks great. Yeah. And it's like, damn right I made that shit.
Fuck yeah. Dude, artists or creators, we have to make things in one form or another. We just have to.
Yeah. So in their of course they all have their different like styles of art. Looking at their finished products, would you have any inclination to think that they were blind?
No, not at all.
Same.
I think part of that's the nature of the medium, and part of it is a testament to their skill.
Yeah. I think especially I feel that way about the nature. Excuse me, Bruce Hall's work. That it seems so. His picture seems so intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even still that with Henry Butler, the portraits, I think portraits are so hard to come across as looking like it wasn't just taken at a party with a disposable camera or, some shit like that. To convey a story of some type or something, the picture he took of the guy doing the tarot card readings.
Oh, that dude was such a clown.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
But the picture, it kind of had like a wide angle kind of thing to it. And I actually thought, as far as portraits go, this is a decent portrait.
It was.
I like that. I like that image. I'm usually really critical about fucking portraiture in general because the photography we did in high school was mostly portrait shit and I hated it.
Yeah. Unless you got really cool subjects, it just gets boring to me.
Or just like some good composition, but like straight on portraits or.
See, I would, if I
was like shitty.
Stuck doing portraits, I would rather it be on a black background in black and white. Like really, really clean, but you're just focusing on the person and you get interesting subjects. Either that or like the really raw, like street photography, just snapping people kind of thing.
I like doing, most of the things I draw are like people. So I like the idea of even like, doing photographs of people, just like not like a straight on, like they're waiting for their fucking school picture.
Right.
Kind of thing. Like have movement, have like, more of their body and like a pose or like, something that feels more natural.
Motion.
Something, have, different angles that can convey, size or, some kind of a reference. Yeah, motion it's huge.
You can sometimes you can really get that just with the eyes or the face or whatever, but it's hard. It's way harder. The motion of a body carries so much more emotion than often a face does on its own, unless it's like exaggerate,
Now you just said, sometimes you can get that with like just the eyes, like the face, and it made me just realize a thing in my head. There's a scale of beauty to ugly, where if you're at either one of those ends, you can get an aesthetically pleasing image of a person. Like even if they're like if someone's like got like a terrible, unfortunate deformity, and like it's kind of hard to look at, like it's still such a striking image. Or if someone's a beautiful person and you're like, oh, they're, it's so pleasant to look at. but in the middle, there's like no feelings there.
I remember in high school, I used to. This sounds bad, but it was all done in a I don't know.
You had a list and you were grading everybody.
I used to draw mentally retarded people a lot. That was like one of my favorites. It was like you could capture so much.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't done in a shitty. I know that sounds terrible, but it wasn't.
Yeah, no, it was. He said it captures. It's something that's, and it's a foreign concept to you, or something that I'm sure at least that's how I feel with things like that. Like when it's something that I don't know enough about, I want to dive into it more.
It's a way of understanding.
Yeah, it's understanding.
Yeah. There. What was the other? If you've seen, I have mixed feelings. I think about this, but like the big fashion companies, I wouldn't know which ones. Like the ones that are on the level of like Gucci and shit, like the big French ones and shit. They're doing like all these runway walks with like physically handicapped, super ugly people. Whether they're like super fat, have tumors on their face, like weird shit. You know what I mean? Like kind of circus freak show vibe, but they're in the nice clothes, and then they kind of like, it's weird because in a way it's very positive and they're celebrating like
people's different appearances. Yeah,
and people that are non-traditionally beautiful, but in a way it kind of feels like
a gimmick.
Both like a gimmick and like, I don't know, predatorial. Like they're not going to do that for another 10 seasons, Yeah,
they're doing it to get like a boost of interest in their company, and then
like social cred too.
You want to think that like maybe like both of those reasons are probably the reasons that they're like, okay, let's do this. You want to hope that at least the main reason, or the one that the company is most focused on, is like highlighting the trying to make people feel more comfortable in their own skin kind of thing.
Right.
Rather than, well, also, and then there's also the added bonus of like, also this is going to be a fucking smash with, like all the, the press. They're going to eat this shit up and it's going to look really good for us. Like, obviously, if you're a business, you're going to think that way. It's just, which is the number one priority to you?
I think the proof is in like, I don't know if you kept employing those models.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you just do it once or like when it's convenient. That's kind of bullshit.
I think I saw something about like, was it Victoria's Secret? They're going to have like Megan Rapinoe from the U.S. women's soccer team is going to like model for them.
I have no idea, to be.
And I saw like there's a bunch of shitty people that were like upset about it. They're like, well, like why would they do that? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, she's a fucking amazing athlete. Like, if they approached, they were like, cause she's kind of tomboyish, I guess, looking. So they were like upset about that.
Were people upset like that an athlete is being sexualized?
No, they were upset because she wasn't, 6'6" and, busty,
Gotcha.
Woman with long hair and heels and shit. Yeah.
Interesting. I'd imagine there's also controversy over unless I'm assuming it, she wanted to do it. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like that seems like a thing that like if I don't know. I think it sounds like a cool fucking idea. I don't know her, that much about her, but the things that I've seen about her, she seems like a really cool fucking person. Definitely one of the better athletes I've actually ever watched on, TV before.
She's a soccer player?
Yeah.
Soccer's.
I think I want to say she's the captain of the U.S. women's soccer team.
Shit. Yeah.
It's like one of the greatest teams in the world.
Yeah. I fucking love playing soccer. I played soccer like 8 years, but I fucking hate watching soccer.
What I realize is there are a couple teams, male teams that I like watching, but what I really realized I like is the female soccer players, man, they are badass. They take way more hits. Like, you know, most of the times you're watching like any male soccer, like they get like touched the wrong way and they're like faking injuries and shit. Like,
dude, it is a problem in the sport though, the injury faking. It is so stupid.
And then they get paid so much less than the men, which is the saltiest part. It's like, well, that's so fucked up.
It is bunk.
Would you, going back to the artists, would you purchase any of these pieces?
Probably not. I'll be honest. I would lean most towards Pete Eckert's work.
Yeah.
As an artist myself, it's kind of I kind of like, I'm all for like, support your local artist kind of shit, but I never do it.
Yeah.
Never ever.
I mean, I was gonna say I'm the same way. I wouldn't either, but like that's also because like I just don't buy artwork. I don't seek to do it. I buy yours because number one, A, you're my boy. No, number one, A, I like your work. B, also you're my boy. Which reminds me, I'm gonna be looking for some different art pieces for my new apartment. I want to look out to like the different people, either people I know or whatever on Instagram, and like because I know people that do artwork, and like, you know, whether it's in a large capacity or not, and I'm going to try to get a little bit of a mix.
You're going to commission me, and I'm just going to like buy a spiked mace.
Yeah, exactly.
It's my finest work.
They have, I mean, as much as I do love your work, I would like to have maybe a little bit of some change in the, so it's my entire apartment isn't a red sky fucking or a, you know, Sky Six fucking, you know, gallery.
I know, we gotta start like shredding the old, or like archiving the old ones. Got too much.
Although that being said, I have plenty of wall space and I will be getting more of yours.
Fuck yeah, man.
So there's that.
I look forward to figuring it out with you.
So no to purchasing the pieces. I put this in here when I was trying to come up with like different things to talk about. You know, like when you see somebody that's really interesting in documentary, you think like, oh man, I'd love to have a beer and like catch up with that and like find out more about that person. Would you actively search to meet any of these artists?
I don't think I would actively, but I don't know if I've ever actively searched to meet.
If we got an offer from, you know,
oh, I would love to talk to him.
We got an offer from Pete Eckert to be on the podcast.
That'd be dope, man.
That would be sick.
I think Pete, I could really get into, like the technical parts of the art. I think Henry Butler would probably be the most fun.
Yeah.
But that said,
he would probably be fucking dope to have a drink with.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking tour downtown New Orleans with him.
Yeah. But
that'd be wild.
Honestly, I would be less interested in talking to him about photography than I would his music. I would.
Oh yeah.
I would have so much more I would want to ask about his piano playing. I think that's just incredible. Yeah. I'm also like, I'm really into fucking piano, but I think he would be so much fun to talk to.
Agreed.
Bruce, I respect what he does. Think he was cool, but I don't think I want to have a beer with him.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything in common with him either.
Honestly, Bruce probably had the most sadness attached to him.
Yeah,
and I don't hold that against him at all.
No,
but
not at all.
His situation just seemed really fucking hard.
Yeah. Here's one I thought of. So anything that you think that you could learn as an artist from understanding, like if you were to understand more of their process, even like from what you learned from the documentary or, you know, maybe more that you could use to make, you know, use to consider when you make your artwork. So like I was thinking like when you learn to do things without when you learning to do things without, it makes it easier when you have. So like, especially in like cooking, like when you learn to work with less and like doing less things, like even ingredients wise, like when I was making food that was when I had to make my menu gluten-free, soy-free, nut-free, oil-free, low sodium, shit like that. You learn to get creative on like where you're going to get these flavors from and how you're going to, fix that texture and how you're going to, do this. And now I feel like it's made me like, that's a gauntlet. And like, now I feel like my abilities to, when I go back to like working with meat or working with, gluten and shit like that, I can add in those things that I've learned doing that will, significantly improve, flavors and techniques and stuff.
Yeah.
So same with like art wise, I think definitely looking at like Eckert's work of, I guess I guess more of the mental frame he kind of seemed to put on it was about like, he seemed to have fun with it in a way that was like, he knew it was kind of wild, like a blind guy doing photography and non-visible wavelength thing.
Right.
Like challenging, like what's like almost making puns out of your work in a way that's fun and intellectual to think about.
Yeah. Honestly, my biggest takeaway is about visualization and just how it doesn't even have to just be art, but the idea of I don't know, for me, man, just thinking things through, picturing things, like so important with art, but like just with life in general, like I need time to think and like to hear ideas, to think of answers or how I'm going to handle something before I physically do it. Like that whole part of the process, so important. But also, like, all of these guys, as important at, like, for me, for the longest time, my digital art wasn't real because I wasn't printing it. Like, when I was still new to it, it became real when I had a physical print, when I could say, like, I made something and it is physically in the world. And for all these guys, like, of course the finished product is important, but the process is way more valuable, right? Like, somebody could steal their finished photos and shred them and give them back a blank, and they still would have an idea of what they made. They could picture it in their head. They would know the process they went through. There'd be an emotional attachment to the blank piece of paper. Like, I don't know. It just is kind of like a reminder, like that it's all so fucking meaningless, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, cooking with less ingredients made you better, right?
Yeah.
Like in fucking rehab, don't have a computer, can't do digital art. I'm drawing with fucking coffee grinds. If I go to jail, I'm painting with my blood and sculpting with my shit, right? like whatever
you will find a way.
Yeah, like what you make doesn't even matter.
You probably get into like a shop class or something. You probably don't have to mold your shit, but
I'm still doing it. But like just even if you couldn't physically make anything, the idea of like mentally constructing images or photographs, sculpture, whatever in your head is still fucking making something, and that the finished product just doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. Of course we want it to matter, and for some people that find success in it, of course it matters to some extent, but in the end it all fucking turns to ash. It's all about like what you learned making it.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, like as in an artist's point of view, like anything that you make, like immediately after you're like, okay, this is done now. It's like, okay, this is dead to me. Okay, now this is dead to me and I'm going to work, you work on the next thing. I think that's it's definitely an artist's point of view that people take, but like you said, it's the final product. It's not as important as the process and the journey getting there. Yeah.
I mean, it would cause me great sadness not to be able to revisit the things I made. It really would. But even if I knew it was all gone, it still wouldn't take away that I had made it.
Right.
Even if I can't picture it fully, and it's just a vague memory. Like you still know what you did or what you feel like you did, you know?
Yeah. So with that, I want to challenge you to do your next art piece, either with a blindfold on, or you just get a bunch of random. I can send you a folder full of some random JPEGs.
I'll do that. I've kind of played with that. That's fun because like that randomization, that chaotic element, it's fun to see what you can like pull out of your ass with it, like to try to make something cool out of like random garbage or whatever. That is very fun.
I'm going to give you a list of keyboard commands that you have to input that are going to cause random effects.
That sounds like a blast, actually.
It's fucking chaos art. Be hippos
what about
in
you?
it.
I bet you actually could cook blindfolded.
Oh yeah, dude, I can do my knife skills blindfolded.
God,
no problem.
Bitch. That's cool.
I say that as long as I'm using my knives. I could do it with a different knife, but I could easily, no problem, no question asked, with my own knife. Yes.
Yeah. God.
As far as like cooking, as long as I could like find where the pot is and shit, I could like smell spices and I can cook blindfolded. Yeah.
What would be the meal you'd feel most comfortable doing sightless?
I want to say like a curry or something because I can smell the spices, or like a chili. Something like that.
Dude, I can't tell.
Something where there's like not like a whole lot of like babysitting, like watching. I'm like watching, not paying attention for colors wise. I'm paying attention for, smell and taste.
Yeah.
Where things like, if you're like, grilling or searing, like grilling, even I can touch and I can, but then if you miss and you touch the grill, that's bad.
Dude, I can't tell when like a chicken or a burger is done by looking at it. Like, there's no way I could ever do it.
Telling by looking at it that's advanced. Telling by touching it is where you should be aiming for.
Oh, that's less advanced.
That's less advanced. Yeah, because you can touch it and you can feel by how how taut the skin is on it, or the exterior is on it, and you can feel by like how bouncy it is, if it's got like a a pushback when you touch it, or is it does your finger go straight through it?
I have not touched nearly enough chickens to know any of those answers.
I'll show you the trick with your hand where you hold your thumb to your finger and you feel your muscle by your thumb.
Okay.
You can tell based on that. So if you put your index finger and your thumb together on your finger and you touch your the meat of your thumb there on your palm,
so chickeny.
It's very soft, right? That's rare, medium rare, right?
You just gave me chicken hands.
And then you touch your middle finger with your thumb, and like that's medium well. And then you touch your next finger and you touch it again, and that's well done.
What the fuck? That's really cool.
Yeah. And it doesn't always apply because it also, there's, different thicknesses of meat and different, fat contents and stuff, and you'll have that. That's usually a good one for pork and beef, but it's not perfect.
Yeah.
It's a good rule of thumb kind of thing.
I definitely feel like I could give you like a random bag of ingredients and you'd figure out something good.
Absolutely. That's I play that game with myself all the time. That's it's just fun. Like go pick out a thing at the grocery store that I haven't cooked in a long time and like just see what else I have in my pantry that goes with it.
Dude, I don't, honestly, I really used to like cooking when I was high. Like I used to be able
That's
to
how I got started.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just like I think I'm just like depressed and unmotivated. Like when it comes to my food, I don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. It sucks. I like enjoy it when I get into the zone, but it's like hard for me to get there. It just has become like a chore. I'm like, I don't want to eat.
I'll tell you, man, I'll get you to sous chef an event with me.
Dude, I would love that, man. Honestly, like in my daily
you write part of the menu and then I have to complete it.
Oh boy.
You just come up with like different ingredients or like concepts. Give me concepts of like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But you give me like some abstract ass concept, and then I have to turn it into a meal. Wolf shit. It would be a mushroom terrine with like a chicken liver pate. Wolf shit.
I said wolf chili.
Oh, I thought you said wolf shit.
I think that's way funnier.
Oh. I mean, I can replicate Denny Moore beef stew. I did that once for just because I was bored and I had to make a soup of the day. I made it vegan, and I tried making it, the regular way. But as long as you have the broth right and you have the overcooked ass potatoes and carrots, you're good.
Man, I would love some teriyaki salmon right about now.
Boy, I got you. I can show you the way.
Is there anything we want to speak on?
Or you don't want to keep talking about cooking on this podcast about blind photography? No,
I kind of wanted to hate on. So at the art museum, they had. I know you know this, but there's a third floor. Mm-hmm. Cincinnati Art Museum. I've spoke to like 5 people this week, and none of them knew there was a third floor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is tricky to get to. I always have to re-find the stairwell because it's like only 1 or 2 stairwells go up there. But a ton of people don't know it's up there. But when I went there earlier this week, they had, and they normally have like the contemporary art up there. Mm-hmm. They had an 80s exhibit of 80s abstract pop art. We go up there.
Sounds terrible.
All right, the whole museum was full of normal people, right? Families and stuff. You get up to the 3rd floor, it's all the pretentious art fans. It was, dude, I did the whole floor in a minute 30. I looked at Sarah, I was like, we're speed running this shit. It was just like splatter art, like pop nonsense, like obnoxious 80s pattern. Dude, it was the worst exhibit I've ever seen put together.
That sucks.
And all these
that really sucks.
Fucking old, like, white art collector people are just like sipping on their stuff and just
goofy glasses and their colorful ties and
yeah. Dude, it was an abomination up there. It was that so sucks. Bad. I looked really at Sarah and I said, imagine being a type of person who looks at this stuff and feels joy. Your whole inside must be so colorless. There has to be nothing going on, just a heart of coal to look at like a splattered canvas and be like, this is beautiful.
I see all the symbolism in there.
Yeah, right. Oh my God. It was popping though. Out of any exhibit in the museum, it was packed.
That's so pretty wild. I think I spent most of my time there on the 2nd floor. They have like the area with all the busts in it. I used to draw those.
I think
sculptures and shit.
Yeah. I think my favorite like area is like the masters, the ones where they have like all the like Renaissance area, like really big paint. And there's always some I like honestly, those are the paintings I'm most drawn to, but I only like specific pieces, but I still appreciate the scale, the style, I don't know, the oldness to it. Everything that comes with those like master paintings more than a lot of the other stuff. More than a fucking 80s exhibit. That's for fucking goddamn. There's more talent in the frame maker of the great painting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So speaking of talented artists.
Oh my God. Our dishonorable mention of the episode. All right. You got to check this article out.
Okay. I have it loaded. I haven't looked at it yet.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you to get to this.
First off, let me ask the big question. Did you watch the Hunter Biden foot job crack smoking video?
No.
It's worth watching. I think it, the whole Hunter Biden laptop shit, that's all garbage. But the Chinese, Giuliani gave the Chinese the laptop info, whatever. Somebody realistically probably broke into his iCloud account. But there were all these videos of him smoking crack, getting foot jobs, and doing them both at the same time. So I remember I was eating snacks and I was like, hey, Sarah, check this out. We watched Hunter Biden smoke crack and get a foot job. It was really fun.
Hell yeah, dog. That's a lean Saturday night.
Dude, that's a great time there. Those are two great things mixed together. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But, all right, so the whole point of this was, all right, as shitty as a person Hunter Biden probably is, he's done a lot worse. He is also an artist.
Oh boy.
There's the NPR article. So apparently he's a lifelong artist and everything else in his life has failed at this point, and he's going full in art mode. And dude, it's so bad. It's so bad.
They don't have any of his pieces on here. I mean, they show him like one that he's currently painting, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I had to go look up his Instagram, and they really only show him working on stuff. But a lot of it's that abstract kind of stuff where you see the person blowing a splatter of paint into an oil kind of thing. That kind of the stuff like moms do as an art hobby. And they're like, I'm an abstract artist now, that kind of mom art, but because he's Hunter Biden, they think these pieces are going to sell or they're priced between $75,000 and $500,000 each for a dude who's not been an artist his whole life. That is getting into this. The gallery owner does not have a long track record. There's all this talk of this is obviously only selling for this amount because he's the president's son. And I had the quote highlighted. I just lost it. Fuck. But basically, the White House had to put out a press thing about it because it's considered so unethical. All interactions regarding the selling of art and the setting of prices will be handled by a professional gallerist adhering to the highest industry standards, White House press secretary said in a recent briefing. And they say it's all going to be done on the up and up to the standards of the art world, and that's obviously not what's going to happen.
I mean, it's the art world, so we know that there's not a standard for that.
Yeah, there's bullshit. No ethics in the art world,
right,
to begin with.
You can sell a fucking banana that's duct taped to the wall for $500,000. Get fucked. I think it was it $5 million or something? It was too much money. It was just too much money.
Way too much.
It might as well have been $5 million. It was too much money. Right.
And this is someone else's quote. I think it's pretty obvious that Hunter Biden's work would not sell for these kinds of prices were he not the son of the current sitting president. So there already sets up a potential conflict of interest charging the prices they're charging. Because he's basically just a random guy off the street is selling his shit for this insane amount of money, and there's no reason it should be. It's just mom art trash.
I will say, so I agree with 100%. Most of the work I've seen on here is trash. I found one. I've dropped a link in the notes there. Okay. I realized, that's kind of cool. I like the colors, and then I just realized, it's a space thing, and that's why I like it. And it's pointillism not pointillism, but these points of light that make up these stars, but the smaller points kind of look like littler stars, and I think that's what attracted me to this image.
Yeah, let's say we'll post this on the Instagram. Honestly, I don't like this, but
I'm not saying I like it, but it did catch my eye, and I thought, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. It's just it's so unethical that a guy, just because his dad's political position, his stuff can sell for this unseemly amount based purely on his merit, when he has no experience and background in this, and that
this, this
I don't even have anything against him. I don't give a shit.
Even this one that I like, I would say that I don't think it should sell for more than. I mean, I'm thinking like costs and materials and stuff that went into it. Probably like $75-$80.
Yeah, or even if he was an established, like abstract
a few $100 maybe.
Yeah, but let's say even like he had a career doing this and he was an established artist. Like there's shit like this. I could even see like $10,000. But like for a guy who's never done this before, like and $10,000 to me is that is still absolutely garbage.
It's still way more than you would ever spend on anything,
right?
On money or for art. I mean,
but for him to just be able to, to be able to list things at $500,000 for a guy who's just got into art because he got busted smoking crack too much, like.
Here's another quote on here. It says there are 7 billion people on the planet. This is by a guy who's been covering the art market for years. He says it's hypothetically possible that 1 or 2 of them may be interested in paying that much for one of these paintings. Dude, sure, but it's unlikely.
That's such a brutal quote. Yeah, that's such a burn. Honestly, it'll be interesting to see what he gets. I bet he gets it though.
Oh yeah, someone's going to pay the money.
Yeah, whether it's money laundering or debt payment, something's going to happen. But I just thought that was funny.
As the great Donald Glover once said, this is America.
This is America. Dude, we have to do our anti-American episode.
We're going to mention it every week for the next year, and then we're going to put it together.
So I've been watching so many of these fucking debates lately. I think I've decided I'm anti-democracy. I think I've lost all faith. Like, I don't even believe in the ideals that were unlived by the country. I don't even think I believe in the ideals anymore. I'm done.
I feel... I can't even say that I feel it's anti-democracy. I feel so anti the people in this country. There's so many fucking stupid people that it would never work anyways. Anything good's never gonna work.
Right. Dude, I feel like the older I get, I'm like regressing back into anarchism. It's so stupid.
Ooh, you know who we should get because I know it's going to end up being a multiple part episode, the anti-America shit. We should definitely do get Dash on there. Did you ever meet you know Dash, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We should definitely get him involved.
I did
he's anarchist as fuck.
Yeah, I did a couple of covers for his band a while back.
That's right. That's right.
He's buddies with my pool buddy, the guy I do pools with.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Me and Dash go back to 3rd grade, boy.
Really? I didn't know.
Like 2nd grade or something. Yeah. We went to elementary school together.
That'd be fun. I know he's got some wild, fun ideas too.
I watched the South Park movie for the first time at his house when it came out on DVD.
I pierced someone's face, and I think I pierced my nostrils or my lips at his house. Yeah. Weird memories coming back.
I used to eat dinner over that house, dog. play PlayStation in the fucking living room.
Hell yeah. It's the homies.
All right, we got to reach out to him. I got to listen to his podcast. I feel like an asshole because he sent us a link to his podcast and I haven't listened to it. He's got a D&D podcast.
Oh, okay. I remember that. I like playing D&D because I like the people. I don't love it how you do.
Oh, I like a good narrative for the D&D stuff if it's done well. But even still, I want to give him some listens. That's my boy from day one. Yeah. Basically.
Fuck
the oldest person that I still have any contact with.
Dude, those people take it is a weird role. You know what I mean? Like the people you go back to the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm regressing. This world is garbage.
This world is garbage. Everything's fucked. But thanks again for listening.
Yeah. Come chill and listen to our shitty podcast.
Join us on the shit lazy river.
Yes.
As we float along and deal with all the shit. Thank you to Approaching Human for the use of his music. Maybe I should take that one from the top. Maybe you think? We'll leave all this in. But I'll take it from the top. So thanks again for listening. Thank you to Approaching Human for the use of his music. You can find his work on SoundCloud at Approaching-Human. Make sure to check out the show page at Trashcats Trashcast on Instagram for news and arts from the show.
You can find us on Facebook now, and if you're bored, you can check out my trashy art on Instagram at Skyzix, SKYZICX. Shouts out to our features, the military stun gun, and Azraya Rain, my Instagram homie. Please check out our work. Really cool stuff.
Yeah, kick-ass shit. I'm gonna get some of the stickers, boy.
Yeah, dude. We'll have links for all that.
Make sure you tune in next Wednesday for our episode on To Be Decided.
Yeah, we'll figure
those. We got a couple ideas.
Yeah.
That's going to be all for us today. Stay classy, eat trashy.
Go fast, eat trash.